Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes, man. Yo,
Yes.
you just got here. Did you miss the show?
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh.
It's so weird because we talked to him before the show started.
Okay, hold on. Were you sneaking off to go meet someone?
Huh?
Were you you were here before the show, but then
Yes.
you just showed up again. Did you sneak off to go meet someone during our show?
Yes.
Is he cute? Will we get to meet him?
See you later.
Is it Kylo? It's Kylo. It's Kylo. You and Kylo have a thing. Oh my God! Kylo and the Yes Men are an item. Oh, I'm shipping so hard.
My ships have sailed off the starboard bow. They sailed.
We gotta think what.
The Yes Kid. The Yes Kid Ren.
Yes, Ren. We have to figure out their name.
Ships have sailed? That is the best line. Oh my God, my ships have sailed.
So we've got some show titles here at nightattack.showbot.tv. Thou attacketh thy knight with Lord Brushwood and Master Jousting Robert Young. It's a little long. She punched out. You could have so much meat. Renaissance Dad AF. Thanks. Ghost.dads.return.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
Caracas, Venezuela. Lowercase a.
Sup, Kepler R. Boredom. What's up, Boredom Inc?
We're smoking crack. Well met.
Tony B. Casty Sr. is pretty good.
He's not a senior. We have different.
Oh,
names,
okay,
though.
all right.
No, but he is Tony B. Casty Sr.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. He is my senior.
Yeah.
And he's also a senior.
He is the I mean, if
Right
he
now-
pledged to this show real money, then he is indeed Tony B. Casty Sr.
Right now, my favorites are ghost.dad.return and brian.spitz.on.bryce.mkb because it delivers on that.
Yeah.
But it's not a big
Wait,
plot
that's
point.
the best. Brian spits on Bryce.mkb. It's either that or go back up to the
Go back up to the top here.
one. Oh, I really like Caracas, Venezuela, and then
Da-da-da.
oh man,
Principal School Marm. It's an early joke.
Principal School Mark.
or We Smoke Crack. That was the other one that I
We
liked.
smoke crack.
Or Tony B. Casty.
It's a mountain of
2/3
piss.
of the way to the Hurless. My ships have sailed.
Ren and Wimpy? Wait. Which ships have sailed? Yeah,
I think it was a
that-
Ren Fair thing.
Oh, yeah. The tax. Oh, fans.
Jury
and
on
Molly.
jury on jury.
Oh, yeah.
I know a Vitch in Titsylvania. What is that from?
Because Titsania was a
Oh,
was a
that's
city.
right.
Yeah.
Enya, Orinoco Flow, Bolivia. I love it. You got it wrong too.
I know. How great would
We're
that have been if I got it
so
right?
fucking confident. It was amazing. It was
Oh.
great.
Night.attack.live. Monte Piscis.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards ghost.dad.returns or
the way
the
that is out.
spits on Bryce.
No, I would say Brian spits on Bryce.mkv is
That's pretty
my
Okay, great. We'll go do that. Thank you, everybody. especially Dr. Arby, who submitted that title, and everybody who submits show titles with the Bang S
Hey,
command.
can you find that, or can
give-
Chat
let-
Realm? Let me ask Chat Realm.
They
Chat
tweeted
Realm.
it to me.
Oh, they did?
So let me write this email
Oh,
first.
wonderful. Okay.
You guys be funny for a minute.
Hey, Brian.
I just woke up. Who are you?
Oh, Brian, it's me. Your conscience.
Who's Brian? I'm a minor.
What?
I'm only 17.
Well, then I'm your conscience. To be honest, I didn't really see what was on this work order, but I'm your conscience, man. You really need to straighten shit out.
I just woke up in the body of a 43-year-old man. I'm surrounded by bright screens and lights. Also, I'm
okay.
talking like an old person, but I'm 17.
So I'm still your conscience.
Right,
and-
but why am I? Is this punishment? Am I in hell? Why else would I?
really, I'm really just here to be a limiter on whether you should do right or wrong. I'm apparently here because you've been doing too much wrong. What did you do you think left you cursed in this old, feeble body?
I ate a cookie, and I knew I shouldn't have.
Oh, well, what kind of cookie was it, though?
It was a cookie monster. I slayed him with my dagger. I tore his blue flesh asunder. Inside was the sweet release of death. I gobbled his remains and was transported in sheer ecstasy to the northern plains. There the goddess Shabarath told me of an ancient quest, and only then shall I fulfill enlightenment.
Yeah, that tracks. So, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is an appropriate punishment, but you should probably not do that in the future. Like, you know that that's what you shouldn't do.
Well, I see not a dagger around me, and therefore there's none fears you should have.
Okay,
Strange
but also,
ghost.
even if you got a dagger, probably shouldn't go slicing people and eating them. I'm your conscience. Always let your conscience be your guide.
Which of the 12 realms do you hail from?
Your brain, idiot. I'm your fucking conscience. Like, I'm not a weird alien or fairy or anything. Like, I'm just literally in your head.
You speak lies, for I see two of your faces floating before me as ghost apparitions. Clearly, you are meant to deceive me. I find not a weapon except for these coins that I throw upon thee.
You want to know what? You're going into a fever dream. You're going into a fever dream.
Well, I don't understand what's happening at all. This ancient, decrepit, doughy form that I inhabit.
Oh, Jesus.
This is a fever dream.
Oh, great leader.
You are now under my control.
Hail the Gudagi.
You should not eat a cookie monster with a dagger.
What? I will.
Kinda fucked up.
But the prophecy, sire, it demands that I must eat the flesh of none other.
Wait, where did you get that?
It was spake by the elders around the campfire.
Which elders?
Elder Gertie.
Oh, he's a piece of shit. Just a real piece of garbage.
Shall I slay him and eat his entrails?
Oh, are you not picking up on the one lesson?
I don't understand. Who am I to murder, sir? Great ghost spirit of voice.
Fuck me. No murder. How many times do we need to go over it? Don't murder anybody.
All right, but do fuck you? You're very flat and floaty, but I can. I'm wearing clothing of a 21st century design. I'll have to get naked.
Oh, I mean, I'm not here to yuck on your yum, so like do what you want, short of killing.
Yuck on your yum. That's a new one to me. I like that, sir.
I'm a timeless being. I've heard a lot. I'm down with the lingo.
Tell me, Spirit, shall I remain forever in this horrible state, or do I get to return back to my youth and a warm bed with many a nubile crashmate?
Number one. Stop being a bitch. It's not as fat as you make it out to be.
I do have the strong sensation that it used to be a lot more fat.
Oh God.
That was only because the body you now inhabit used to wear pants that came up to its nipples.
What a horrible thing you suggest, sir. Please, may I go back to my lambskin wool and the flesh of my fallen enemies?
You know you were in the what year did you come back from?
He came back from a distant land, like an alternate realm.
Oh,
like
sorry.
we were talking about magic and shit.
I believe that you have learned your lesson. I now cast you back to your time. Time.
So we're gonna option that for a Netflix miniseries.
I think there's something to it. You know what? We have the soundtrack right here.
He was just a kid trying to complete the trials of the Cookie Monster.
Venezuela. Caracas,
Oh, you son of
Venezuela. Caracas, Venezuela. Bogotá, Colombia. Bogotá, Colombia. Bogotá, Colombia. Caracas, Venezuela. Bogotá, Colombia. Quito, Ecuador. Quito, Ecuador. Quito, Ecuador. Caracas, Venezuela. Bogotá, Colombia. Quito, Ecuador. Lima, Perú. Lima, Perú. Lima, Perú. Caracas, Venezuela.
All right.
We're not even halfway around the horn. By which I mean
Do I
the
give a
Cape
fuck?
of Good Hope.
Okay, but hope you don't fucking get your dick trapped in a vice listening to that.
Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
sick burn, people who listen to that song for pleasure
With a vice handy.
and a strange desire to stick their dick in a vice.
Montevideo.
Oh my god!
Hey, you guys want to do a few more of those words? A few more what three words? A little outtakes. All right. Just shout it out. Whites.people.rich.
United
Oh,
States,
Europe,
Canada,
Europe,
Mexico,
Europe,
Panama,
Europe,
Haiti,
United
Jamaica,
Europe.
Peru.
It was America. It is in America. But where in America?
It's just off of Lake Street near Dewey Durant Park,
East Tawas,
off of Plank Road.
Road 23.
Fuck this. This is in Minnesota.
Justin.
Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna say New York.
Justin's closer. This is another Michigan.
God
Oh,
damn it,
God
Michigan.
damn it.
Hold on. In what world is...
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
Where is
It
Minnesota?
is. Yeah.
Minnesota. Look at Minnesota is one state over, and New York is one country over.
It's still closer.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess so.
because
Yeah.
Canada
All
doesn't
right.
count.
As the crow flies.
All right. Fucking,
You could sail there.
fucking crow flying motherfuckers.
What about advertisement.dragon.host?
Well, I do believe that's in Georgia in the United States.
Hey y'all, I think that is in Africa, y'all.
It is in Africa. Let me see if I.
Hey y'all, I know.
dot. It's you got to be real. Couldn't find it. There is one. There is one. It's in Namibia. It won't show it to me, but it's in Namibia, and I know what that is. Actual.empire.strike.
Actual Empire Strike.
Actually, it was Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my God.
I would say Africa.
Nope.
Asia.
Not quite.
Australia.
Europe.
Neither of those.
North America.
South America.
North America. It's in the U.S.
Oh, God damn it. Fuck you.
Yeah,
It's
Ohio.
near Africa. You said Ohio?
Yeah.
Just because it's near Ohio State University.
Yeah. I would. That was my
Fucking
first
racist.
guess.
It's very close to Columbus.
Fucking racist. Bullshit.
But fire.eating.routine.
I'm going to say that's in Asia.
Nope.
Damn.
Africa.
It is in Africa.
Yeah.
Here we go. Near Rundu and the
Rundu
river.
Airport.
Oh, fucking man. I remember Rundu. Me and Rundu were hanging out. I was like, hey, man, what are we doing tonight? And he's like, I don't know. I was hanging with Mapini.
All right, hurry up, pick, because I know it.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Rwanda.
Nope, it's Nambia.
Well, actually, it's Namibia,
Whatever.
but it's hard to read when it's on the screen and very tiny.
It's definitely written there. It's just south of Angola.
South Angola, it turns out. We got a lot of these. We got,
Keep them coming. Rapid fire.
okay.
Let's go to Grand Rapids Fire, Michigan.
Diamond.club.group.
Just
North America.
tell us the continent, and we'll guess the country.
It's in America. It's
Oh.
in the United States.
Let me see it. Ooh.
Alaska. Alaska.
It is in
Yeah,
Alaska.
That's Alaska.
Another top of Alaska one. Everyone.loves.mayonnaise is
It doesn't exist.
You're
It's not a real
fucking
place.
garbage bowl.
Off the board. It's a lie wrapped in some bullshit.
That's for real. That's definitely in fucking Holland.
it is also in America. It's also in the United States.
It's not true. I don't believe it. I reject your reality.
It's on
That
Admiral.
fucking Michigan too. White ass people.
Fucking,
not Michigan.
yeah, where's the whitest spot in the United States? I guess it would be Alaska again. Alaska's all white.
I mean,
No, from all the snow.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but I guess.
wow, that went where I was going. All right,
Yeah,
go
no.
ahead.
He didn't forget about the Inuit people.
Yeah, no.
This-
Wow, that's you guys made it weird. That was-
Well, okay.
I watched a documentary now. I know the real truth.
Sure. 5 seconds. Just throw guesses.
yeah.
I said Alaska. It's Alaska.
Oh, it is.
It's even near Whiting Peak. Look at that.
Oh, son of a
Scroll
bitch.
back in. Whiting Peak. To the right. Right there. Whiting Peak.
It looks like it's on the Canada side though.
Yeah. Well, that's the only place wider than Alaska.
It's Canada.
Yep. It's goddamn right.
It's nature.
But beard.human.yell. It's in Asia.
That's in Mongolia.
China.
Not quite. Here.
Depend. Okay, fine. Tibet. It's technically not China.
No.
Oh no, Riyadh. Wait,
Oh
that's
no,
the Middle
that's
East.
Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah.
It's Saudi Arabia. There you go. Right to the west of the Riyadh.
The kingdom.
Mad props
Is
to
that-
Saudi Arabian monarchy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, by the way, you know they have like a new ruler there. They had a leapfrog in the line of succession.
Oh yeah,
and
it's like young asshole pope, right?
basically,
Yeah.
he's spending like a gigantic amount of money to like make Saudi Arabia a cultural, like relevant thing. Like there's like you're gonna see a lot of random shit. It's like randomly Taylor Swift from Redea. Probably not because they have like a weird woman thing. Garth Brooks live from Redea.
But only in character as a third alternate identity. This one is a Teetotaler.
Is that his craziest one yet?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Splashing.money.face is in Africa.
Oh my God, deep cut. Oh, everybody, we're not gonna explain it on the show, but if you don't know the reference of splashing money on your face, please write mail at nightattack.tv.
If they don't know it, they should just
Yes,
go to the
I want to know how
DCTV
many
feed.
people don't know it. This
Okay.
is amazing.
Splashing.money.face is in Africa. Where in Africa is this, gentlemen? Near the Percy Fief Nature Reserve and Mokopane
Petersburg.
and Gachwine.
Oh, I think that's Angola.
It's Chad.
Not quite.
That's Gap.
Chad's Gap. You should email if you don't know Chad's Gap.
Yeah, Chad's Gap from the bottom of Alta.
Here, I'll scroll out a little bit more.
Groot water.
Lodi.
Didn't we decide that the Groot was the part just above your butthole from the backside? There's the gooch, which was your taint, and then the Groot was that little thatch of hair over your butthole. Remember we talked about shaving buttholes and epilating butts?
Brian, either of us remember much from this show. But
That's
you
fine.
remember that and expect me to remember it as well is amazing.
Apparently, it was more impactful to me.
Sound out. We're starting to see some country markers here.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that is that's
Gaborone.
the right next to the Gaborone.
This is in South Africa.
Oh.
Northern South Africa.
Oh.
Oh.
White. Right.
What about woke.millennia.user?
The country of Reddit. What continent is it?
It is also in Africa.
Oh, man. Parc National. Oh, the Congo. This is the Congo. No.
Oh,
Because
it's the
yeah,
Congo.
Egypt.
Nope, neither of those.
so Parc National Culturel, but also
Morocco.
No, not Morocco.
shit.
It's also near Tassili Niger National Park.
It's got to be northern. It's got to be northern Africa because these sound like French colony names. But also, it's got to be kind of eastern because we're seeing a lot
Algeria.
of Algiers.
It is Algeria.
Yeah, nicely done.
Very good.
That's teamwork.
I read it in the chat room.
Oh.
What about internet.films.chill?
Where is that?
That is in Europe.
Ooh.
Near Windhoek and Nieuweisen.
This is
Oh, that's in Germany. If I ever
Iceland.
seen it.
It's neither of those. Near Brauburg and Lindbergh.
Austria.
No.
This is Finland.
No, not quite. Near the
Brugge?
museum.
Sweden?
Where is Brulberg?
Sweden or Norway?
Belgium? Was it Belgium?
It is neither of those. Neither of the ones.
Switzerland?
That you said. It is Switzerland.
Yeah, I just read it from the chat.
Son of a
Boo.
bitch. These fucking Switzes
These
always switzing around.
These Switzel sticks always spinning my drink all asunder. I don't understand anything.
Stop you switzing around.
Okay, here's one. Orange.president.politics.
I was wondering where else the orange president would fit in. Nailed it.
This is in.
Okay.
Tell me it's in Russia. Just tell me it's in Russia.
It's in.
It's got to be China, right?
Asia. It's in China.
Hey, I'm a president. I love China. Or do I? Ha ha, gotcha.
Nobody's been harder on Russia than me. I'm the hardest on Russia.
I'm really hard. Oh, diamond hard I am on Russia. I'm the president.
maybe the press just misinterpreted. He was like, no, I don't mean I've been difficult with them. I mean I'm fully erect on Russia right now.
I have a real stiff penis for Russia. That's me. I'm the president. I do a great impression of the president.
Okay, we got one more here. This one almost made it in. This is in America. It is Famous.forgot.badge.
Famous forgot badge. Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it.
You're near Berkeley Manor in I-95, Westover Park, Peterson.
Okay, now I-95, this is one of those, being a nation traveler is helpful. So both of us know that the interstates go north-south with odd numbers, east-west with even numbers, and they're kind of like coordinates where they start with low numbers on the west coast, they go to high numbers on the east coast.
Mm-hmm.
So I-95 goes through
The
New
Western
York,
Seaboard.
really everything to
Eastern
the east.
Seaboard,
Yeah, the entire. In fact, if you go south enough, you'll hit south of the border.
You got Richard Bland College of Williams something. I don't know if that helps you.
This is Florida.
Not Florida.
Oh, Virginia.
It is Virginia.
Wow, nicely done,
Just,
sir.
just south of old Richmond.
That's good.
It's a good game. I was really worried that this game, because there was no way you guys could possibly have any idea about it,
Yeah.
that it would be just too completely random.
Well, whenever we're given some random stuff, nature finds a way, Bryce. Comedy finds a way. Stories. Cans.ellie.soup is in the United States.
Oh, that's great.
Ellie soup.
There are so many. We got a lot of people who submitted stuff over Twitter, but I think we can come back to this. So we're gonna save what we've got and
Okay.
maybe hit it another time.
If we can, I suspect it'll be a lot more. I think we'll have more to say if we're able to find all. I'd rather have them be fringier words and in America, so that we have more personal
America stuff?
chance of figuring out, and stories to tell.
I'll tell you what. The only note I would have on the game
Yeah.
is let's go full bore into the "Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego" thing, and we'll just have Brian and I trying to catch whatever fictitious, non-copyright infringing character.
That would be great.
Trotting around the world.
Listen up,
and maybe-
gumshoes. She's gone to jury. Is the jury out?
Maybe I'll tell you, it's been a while since I no longer back in former incarnations of this show. I would be the one doing the games, but I've long since stopped, and chat realm takes care of everything. But if you guys wanted to give me the things, I could record. I could do the stuff, and Brian could try to solve the case.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun.
Do you know what you could probably get away with doing? Is making a game entirely out of questions we've already answered on the show before. Like, there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to solve
I
it again.
thought that was what we were gonna do when we did the Chuck Tingle one, and it was like pounded in the game by my own game or whatever.
Yeah. Like
Going-
basically a version of
Edit.
I Said What with the games we've already played.
Exactly, but just taking questions from games that we've already played. where
Holy
we've
shit! You guys,
answered
you guys should reach out to OMG Chad and see if he will do
if
the
he'll do
gumshoe videos.
If he can do the sergeant.
Yes, exactly.
I've had a wild hair to just take an old game and just word for word play it back. Just play it again.
and just see. All right, hold on. Here's the promise. All right. That will be, you know how like in You Don't Know Jack, they have like the wrong answer of the game?
Yeah.
Do that totally in silence. And
if
we'll
either of us
not
catch,
see whether or not one of us gets it. And by the way, that means everybody in the chat room, if you know it,
shut your face, shut
You're
your
in
filthy
on it.
pie holes.
if anybody says, "Hey, did we do this game before?" you say no, and then make sure you corral them to let them know like that's not the case. Like we obviously we have a hardcore crowd here, so police, because I am almost positive that you could run back a game from sometime in the last 6 years, and Brian and I would have no idea.
Breaking news in from the BBC. The Queen is tossing a caravan off Biggie Ben. The title's not quite right, it says up here. Justin Robert Young is reporting live.
It's breaking news. You
Knobs
can't expect
at
them to not
night.
have any typos.
Knobs at night. Misogynist comedy night. Oh, Jesus.
That's amazing.
This is a great Photoshop.
Oh my God! And she threw that caravan right off.
She threw
That's
it.
fucking amazing. And
True
her age,
story. She quit the next day.
The very next.
she's a lot bigger than you'd think.
Oh, all right. Are we hanging around for a bit? Do I have time to run to the restroom and grab a beverage?
Yeah, you got a little bit of time.
Okay. All right. BRB.
Yeah, grab a bevy with the boys.
Grab a bevy for some boys.
Would you like something?
I'm okay, thank you. I've already got some of my wine.
How far into that supply are you now? Because
So-
you've been
I think that there were 2 like big like merch boxes that they received, and I think one of the flavors is totally gone, and I think there's like a half of that box left. So I think that there's maybe a dozen or so of maybe the mango. I think
yeah.
I actually forgot about them. I hadn't been drinking them the past couple months because I just forgot about them. But there were so many you couldn't miss
Yeah.
them. But I had to actually like really look for it because they're not gonna have finished it at
So
all.
wait a minute. So what's your go-to? Because I thought that you were still sipping off those. What is your go-to when those are not when you were taking your sojourn?
I actually last week I brought that wine that I bought at a gas station.
Oh yeah.
But I usually if I don't have something to drink, I'll usually go sober. I'm usually in my right mind most times.
Tried that for a while. It was all right.
Or ciders. I think ciders are the thing I would do for the show because I normally like a mixed drink or like a rum and coke.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is I can really pound those, and if it's up to my serving, I.
Man, I'll tell you what. Unless you have tremendous discipline, or you're not really like a drinker, you're like a one drinker a night kind of person.
You're right.
Don't try to pour your own shit.
No.
Let a professional pour your shit. Like that is a service that is worth paying somebody for.
Or if you have a jigger, if you got a jigger and you know that you're like doing a proper amount, like there's some leeway there. But yeah, I don't always pull that jigger out.
Exactly. I mean, come on. Look, like there's no manager looking over your shoulder, fucking, doing a count on the bottles or anything. I told you the Trey Warren story, right? Or have we told the Trey Warren story here?
No, I don't think I know the Trey Warren story. Trey Warren, of course, who made the steak nugs and is a very good contributor to the show.
He does on the 1-900 wrestling show. He does the Melodica Challenge.
Yeah.
He'll do a wrestler's theme in Melodica.
And it's like close.
They're amazing. So Trey calls me for the Friday hype train, right?
Oh yeah, over at twitch.tv/Justin.
Trey Warren's here, so he can tell me if I'm fucking telling tales out of school.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm going to a party with my friend who's a mixologist at his house." And I'm like, "I'm just gonna tell you a story, man. I'm gonna drop some wisdom on you. Don't go to that party, or if you do, bring your own booze.
Really?
I'm gonna, like bring your own pre-packaged beer. Like if everybody keeps going to that dude and everyone's drinking, then one of two things are gonna happen. Either someone's gonna get too drunk, it's not gonna want to mix everybody's drinks anymore, or all those pours are gonna get a little heavier and a little heavier. And at that point, like when you're fucking with those stakes late in the evening and somebody gets a little heavy on the rum or the vodka, you are fucked. Like that's serious. Like you get into like alcohol poisoning territory.
Wait,
if you don't fuck yourself up.
Is this the respect your drink story?
No, this is the Trey Warren story. Although it's similar thing.
Similar lesson.
Similar lessons. Because the next week, Trey's like, "Hey, remember that story of that party I went to?" I'm like, "Yeah. The one that I told you not to be very, very careful about what you're taking in." It's like, "Yeah. I cut my hand and now I can't play the guitar for like 2 weeks."
Oh my god.
Oh.
Exactly what I said was gonna happen. Fucking happened. Like at mixology parties. The only mixology party you ever want to go to is if there is a sober mixologist there that is there to, number one, have a steady hand with everything that he's pouring, and number two, will tell you when you've had too much.
So I don't know what inspired the current line of discussion because I just got back, but I
Oh,
will
sorry,
say,
Trey Warren. He cut the tip of his middle finger off.
Right. Yeah.
I think I just had one of my most popular tweets of all time, and there was basically somebody tweeted or put a comment on the Modern Rogue channel saying, "Hey, I turned 21 in 8 days, and I'm about to have my first drink ever. What should it be?" And I responded like, "BRB, let me ask Twitter."
Yeah.
And I just passed a screenshot of that along. 400 replies later, and this kid has read everybody's suggestion. I was really
great.
I was really warmed and excited by the response that got.
What would you recommend though? You passed it on Twitter, but what would you recommend?
I recommended something.
Oh.
What did you recommend?
I mean, I recommended that he butt chug a Harvey Wallbank.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna tweet. I didn't get around to doing it, but I was gonna tweet like a Jaeger shot. That's my
Jaeger
my
shot
thing.
is good. I to be honest, like for
Like
me,
it's quick, and if you don't like Jaeger, it's over very quick, and you get to learn if you like Jaeger.
my first year of alcohol was screwdrivers. I think
Okay.
that's universally approachable, and also it will ruin orange juice for you for a while, and then
And then
you'll
you gotta
drink
then you get
orange
that
juice-
out of your life, and you're on easy street.
right. When you drink orange juice and then you taste the alcohol that's not there,
Yeah.
and you're just like, ooh, yeah.
I would here would be my recommendation. What does your favorite movie character drink? Or the drink in the coolest scene of a movie that you've ever seen?
Huh.
Like I would say do that. Go make it an experience. Like go to a cool bar. Like you love James Bond, go to a fancy ass bar, get a fucking suit, order exactly what he orders, like fucking live that life. It's like, Indiana Jones, go to Mongolia and fucking take watch your ex-girlfriend take shots.
We're getting vodka Gatorade in the chat. Is the soccer? Someone
Is
calls it the soccer
called the
mom.
soccer mom. Yeah.
Listen, number one, there's going to be plenty of time for vodka Gatorade.
Yeah. You should. I definitely don't start with vodka.
What do you mean?
Wait,
Vodka
why
is
not?
the safest way to start. Like, it's just like medicine and has no taste, and you get through it.
I feel like your first drinks should be exploratory.
I don't think you have the palate, or not you specifically, but in general,
Yeah.
somebody having their first drink has no palate, and therefore nuance is lost on them. And I think what they need is something familiar and safe. And
since vodka is only really good mixed.
yeah, exactly, right. And then
But let me make this argument. The first liquor that you're fucking with, highly likely to be the liquor that you wind up crossing off your list for the rest of your life.
I see.
And
Like
what's
that-
funny is
like Southern Comfort for me. I might have a drink with Southern Comfort in it. I might find myself drinking a Southern Comfort. Never in my life will I intentionally spend my own money on one, because there was a night very early in my drinking career where I drank too much Southern Comfort, and I still I can now remember my taste buds have memory of what it tasted like coming back up. It was so visceral.
yeah, that's the way it is. Absolute vodka is the taste in my mouth when I remember. I told this story, I think, on one of the albums where I rolled down my window and I went to throw up, and I moved so quickly that the
your
shoulder
seatbelt
harness triggered,
locked.
and I was like,
locked in.
herky jerking trying to get my head out the window, and instead threw up all over myself. Yeah.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Oof.
Hey, I don't want to. I want to keep this low key.
Okay.
I don't want to.
A DL.
Last time we had a conversation in this, things got very fever pitched very quick, and I've learned to keep it chill. Keep it chill.
Okay.
But
Everybody chill out. Chill out.
Is this
Everybody
about Twitter
promise me,
DMs?
Everybody
No.
promise me in the chat that
No,
you're
no,
chilling
no.
out.
Is this about
No,
a
no.
telephone call you have to make?
no.
No.
Oh shit! I still have to make that fucking phone
Okay,
call.
you should do that. Tomorrow would be a good day to do that.
I almost did it today. That's on my list. Everybody, you can hold me accountable next week. By next week, I need to have made that phone call.
Okay. Anyway.
No, this one I don't think you know about. I am charging the batteries tonight for the drone.
Okay. Oh, fun.
Do you know why?
Are you doing a drone race?
Nope.
Oh, are you getting a test?
some really scenic like Jo shots of yourself.
Yep.
Put it on rotate on.
That's right. And it was like, and I'm gonna
Paparazzi mode?
stare at it right as
Yeah.
it rotates around, like. Yeah.
It's just that like, call on me, call on me, call on me.
No, I'm gonna take the drone out to some land to see what it looks like at 10 feet up, 20 feet up, and 30 feet up off the ground.
Yes, because you're yes.
Because
Really?
I guess we could say what's that? Too much? Too much.
I remember the last time we talked about this.
This is
and
why I'm
when
saying maybe we
yeah.
could talk about it low key. Maybe it cannot become a fever pitch
no,
thing.
No.
Okay. All right.
Just,
then I'm
and you're
just
gonna
gonna-
look at the horizon from a
I'm
couple
gonna
of
take some
different
beautiful
views.
shots. You know what? Maybe I'll just send out Twitter shots of a beautiful horizon.
That'd be
How about
great.
that? Without context.
No, he's not getting a puppy. He's gonna get a kitten.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
You have no self-discipline.
No, I don't. Welcome to
Literally
Night
zero
Attack.
self-discipline.
It took you 9 years to figure this shit out. What the fuck? Hey, okay, question. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
When will Brian buy this puppy?
Is today, yes or no, the 10-year anniversary of the launch of Scam School?
Today's April 3rd, 2018.
Is today the 10-year anniversary of Justin and I speaking to each other? I honestly don't know. I know we're
Was
very
that the
close.
day? Did I contact you the day it launched?
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna look up
because we
just the-
immediately quashed the impending.
No. I talked to you before that.
Oh.
Wait, no, because there was already a controversy that we had to squish.
No. So here, I contacted you because my roommate at the time was a Dignation super fan and found, like, through Revision 3, knew that I was doing the Magic blog.
Right.
And told me that there was a Magic show on Revision 3.
Right.
So I contacted you for that. And then because we had already made the contact on that was why I went to you immediately when all of a sudden I got the word on the warning trick. Now, it might have only been like an email. It might have been
maybe we
a quick
exchanged
back
email
and forth thing.
pleasantries.
So I have answers.
Okay, hit me up.
The very first episode, The Human Chimney, debuted April 6th. Multiple episodes followed, where weekly episodes began on April 10th, 2008.
That was my pitch to them because originally they were like, "Well, let's just put it out." I was like, "Hey guys, look, we got to build enthusiasm. Can we take the first 4 episodes and just run them straight in a row or something?"
Yeah. And actually, this Wednesday, probably, so I guess Monday's scan. So we have a weird numbering thing where recently, or because once we took over stuff, we started counting Scam Schools and Scam School remixes with the same production number.
Right.
Scam School this Wednesday will be number 701. Scam School remix would have been 700 of this very arbitrary number.
Of total stuff in the feed. Although the feed is jacked at this point. We're still fixing the feed. So
Yes,
people are
they
asking
depreciated the feed. Well, and every time we ask them about the RSS feed, since I've been
holy
here,
shit.
they've said that they depreciated the feed a long time ago, and they were surprised it still worked.
Brian, did you realize this? W Scott is one. Just to let you know, there were you just did episode 215 of Night Attack. There were 219 episodes of NSFW show.
Oh, I thought we had already outlived NSFW show. That's
We
wonderful.
beat out,
That'll be great
beat
in a
out
month.
Frame rate. We beat out frame rate.
Yes. Okay. That's right. Cord Killers beat out frame rate.
Because Cord Killers and Night Attack are on pretty similar numbers. And then we just had 300 on Weird Things, which is a crazy thing to think about since it was the earliest of them all.
Well, not earlier than earlier than the ones that we are doing now. Like it has been around longer than Cord Killers or Night Attack.
Yeah, wasn't it before? Oh no, I guess not. It wasn't before
No,
NSFW?
it was during NSFW show, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Well, because I know there,
early NSFW show though.
because there was a super long stretch where there were no Weird Things, which is where that disparity comes from.
Oh God, yeah, no, we would go months without Weird Things. Like,
yeah,
really, I think the first thing that made Weird Things a regular thing was Andrew pitching his books.
Having a reason to show up every single week.
Yeah. And if you
here, hold on, wait. Let's Ah, Jesus. Now we got to go back and find the first mention of Brian Brushwood on iTricks. That would be the only way to solve
Hold
when
on.
we first talk to each other.
How do we?
update this.
Is there a fast way to do a search on Google and go? Oh, I guess. Would I put 2008 in there?
Sure.
The date. Well, yeah, iTricks.com 2008. I'm putting in there. Oh, look at this. 4/2/08.
So yesterday, 10 years ago yesterday.
Holy shit! Holy shit! You're right, Justin. Okay. All right. Brian Brushwood. Hey, Scott and Nick. How are you guys doing? That's Nick Wells from Brian Brushwood on the Road, my assistant. I'm writing to let you guys get a sneak peek at the new web series before we launch on April 7th, to build buzz and all that. Here are the details. The show is called, quote, Scam School, and it's hosted by Revision3.com. They're the leader in professionally produced internet TV shows. You could see other shows at Revision3.com. The most popular one is, quote, Dignation. Although my favorites are, quote, Totally Rad Show and, quote, Pixel Perfect. The guys at Revision 3 set up a super secret preview page for the media, and they've asked me to try to get the Magic community interested. Since I know you're involved with the Linking Ring, that's the
Sure, Web
International
Rings.
Brotherhood of Magicians magazine, I thought I'd hook you up, Link. Hang on, I'm going to see if there's any chance these links work.
Probably
Not so much.
no.
Not so much.
Because I think a lot of the stuff with the RSS was that they had kept old URLs around.
Well, these were actually, correct. Like the URLs, like this is revision3.com/static/scamschool/ss1.php. Smoke trick, bang head, puzzle.
Yeah.
Username is sneak. Password is peak.
Oh, jeez.
They did make it clear that you need a pinky promise not to share the link. God, this sounds so much like me.
is
Since
very
they won't
cute.
be
This
since
is
they
very
won't be
cutesy.
making any money on the episodes until they officially launch. But they really want to build buzz for the big launch, so I'd love to hear from you guys. Number 1, any comments, both likes and dislikes. Number 2, any suggestions on who I should contact but to promote everything. Oh, and FYI, all the music and graphics are stand-ins right now. Final versions will look a lot slicker. Got some comments from Scott Wells, and then it says, "Awesome, glad you like them. I forwarded Andrew Main over at iTricks.com. Any other insiders you think should I should send preview invites to, or just hit
It's a
everyone up
long
at
email
launch?"
too.
No, this is the whole back and forth. So,
Oh, shit. All right, I found it. Look at this. All right, here. Let me put the link here.
God damn, that's 10 years ago yesterday. 10 years ago yesterday this shit was
All right,
happening.
I found some pretty choice fucking Brian Brushwood coverage on iTricks.
God damn it.
All right, here we go. Number 1, the first reference to Brian Brushwood on iTricks. Brian Brushwood stars in Revision 3 podcast, Revision Space 3 podcast. For many of the internet savvy kids these days, Revision 3 is the hippest of hip podcasting / IPTV stables. It's what Stax was to soul, what Sub Pop was to grunge, what Playtone was to the Wonders.
Wow.
Shoot yourself.
Playtone was to the Wonders. Wow, that Tom Hanks, that thing you do reference.
Links to everything. It's fronted by Kevin Rose, who also has a little website called dig.com, another epicenter of GeekNet culture.
Ever heard of it?
Today's announcement that Brian Brushwood's Scam School, as the newest offering from Revision Space 3, is no small news in the realm of internet magic. In the debut episode, Brian explains the method behind his human chimney effect. We wish Brian the best. New episodes of Scam School go live Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks to iTricks reader Scott, so Scott did get his shit in, and to Bernie, who I did actually first hear it from. For the tips.
Here is the quote that I remember 10 years later. So basically, LOL. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, the first comment was thanks for revealing Daniel Garcia's warning. And then Mike Giusti, who is a guy I know, said, if this effect has its root during the Second World War, how could it be a ripoff of a Daniel Garcia effect? Hey gang, it's all explained in the interview we did with oh, this is you
From editor.
Yeah.
It's all explained in the interview we just did with Brian. Turns out he taught the method to Daniel in the first place, and he explicitly says that if the DVD were still in production, he would never have used the trick. And link to the interview. LOL. Daniel Garcia is the one who ripped this off Thomas. Wait, is whatever. And then this is the moment. This is the moment that I knew we were going to be friends. Is that editor, assuming it was you, Justin, wrote, "Let me make this clear."
I didn't realize that that I read that in a comment. I thought that was in a blog.
Yeah. Let me make this clear, ... There was all caps, no ripping off. Soon I'll talk like the president. Everything was above board on all sides, and this is the part when I knew we'd be friends. Brian and Daniel are both viceroys in the Kingdom of Awesome.
Up. Kingdom of Awesome, up. Capital letters. And apparently there we go.
Yeah.
Like a proper noun.
Yeah, like it's a real place. God.
And then the next day, Brian Brushwood's long, strange trip.
The very same day? Or
No,
next
the
day?
Next day, the 8th.
Yeah, no, so I think that we did. It was when I contacted you about the other stuff that we wound up doing an interview. Or maybe we had set up an interview and then it wound up coming together as this thing was happening.
Let me see if I have.
I guess this was either tied to a piece of content or was like an RSS thing or something, because the interview that this is that mentions this does not exist or is not linked here anymore. In this exclusive interview,
it was an audio interview. I'm pretty sure. Now here, I'll tell you what. Here's some.
Here, hold on. Here we go. 4708. Oh my God! Holy shit! This is the first email ever between the two of us. 4708. Hey, Brain. This is Justin Robert Young from iTricks.com. We're a daily magic news site. First, congratulations on Scam School. The first episode was great. A magic show on Revision Space 3 is a big deal. This could open up a whole new audience to the industry. We would love to interview about how the show came together. Do you think that would be possible? Thanks a lot. And again, congratulations.
By the way, never has the we been more royal than me in a fucking warehouse by myself referring to my tricks.
I'd love to do an interview. I'm in the office for the rest of the week. When's good for you? By the way, I've really enjoyed everything I've seen from iTricks.com. You guys are doing great work. Brian.
All right, true story. Had you ever heard or read iTricks before that?
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Because I think even before this, the magician commercial had shown up there.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. No, yeah. I think we did. We ran something with you, I think, before that.
And also there was somebody tipped me off like, hey, you're doing this EVP thing. That's similar to Andrew Maine's Ghost Vision. You should have a chat. And we did. And it turned out that we're both.
Oh, and Andrew might have mentioned it. All right. Hey, look at this. Here is some real archival from the Brian the Gerbs Friendship Collection. My blog of behind the scenes with Brian Brushwood. This was really when we became friends.
This was the first time we met in person. This is when you pissed off your girlfriend and later married the internet. This is when you walked in and made a joke about my Ron Paul sticker on my computer, and we watched Jason Forrest music videos and had a great time.
So here we go. Brian Brushwood was nice enough to let us poke around his entire operation this weekend, and here are some of the proof. Enjoy the pics below and the video clip of how the stage goes from animal actors by day to the Brushwoodian insanity by night. Pics are here, and you can find all the rest after the jump. Things we noticed. Many of the show's slicker elements are all Brian. He has a very interactive video presentation on the screens while the crowds are filling in, which primes an audience of drunk slashed out, keyed up park goers. Sounds like they're coked up. Jesus. Park goers for the tone of the show. Brian has also suggested that a lot of the technical ways to completely transform the animal actor stage into his own theater are bizarre, including the oversized banner, which serves as backdrop. Brian is fortunate enough to be surrounded by a small yet very capable group of guys, mostly park employees, who make sure everything runs smoothly. Why do they work so hard for a show that will be gone in a few weeks? Which other boss brings a big screen, an Xbox, and Rock Band to work so you can while away the pre-show countdown, beating the record on Suffragette City?
Oh, wait, is that a clickable link? Is that a video?
It's a YouTube link. I'm gonna assume it is.
Oh my God! This is the day.
I don't know
it's
where
gone.
that was posted.
Fuck. iTricks thing, or because I remember you posting that, and it was you. Oh, you know what? There was some kerfluffle over that video because it showed
Because it showed it showed some of the actors
the
getting in a costume.
characters. Yeah, some characters half dressed, which is a
No,
big
I
no-no.
remember getting a very hey man, like kind of email or phone call from you. Some kind of very serious conversation that involved the term characters.
Yeah.
Characters. Look at this little boy.
Oh yeah,
know.
sure. This was
Great.
look at the two of us, fresh-faced kids. June 10th. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of this. This is the first time we chatted live via Skype.
It's amazing because you can imagine that your pants are right below the screen.
Right below the nipple line. Oh, there's your main cabinet.
Yeah. That's back at the old house.
Oh yeah. So where this is your old place?
Yeah, that's the old place in North Austin. And this would have been the summer where I knew I had my second run at Halloween Horror Nights, and only this time, instead of being one of many rotating performers, I would have the show. So this is before the story you told.
Oh yeah. No, this was I think I had interviewed you, and that went well.
Holy shit. Thanks again for making it out to Halloween Horror Nights, Justin.
So
It was
that
really a
was-
blast
yeah, so
hitting
that
the
was
houses with you.
So here we go.
comment.
This is the end of that blog. Thank you to Brian, Universal Studios, and the entire Halloween Horror Nights cast that we met from behind the scenes. Brian's crew included Chris, Andrew, Jim, Jeff, and Faja, the adorable iTricks gal Becca. And I'm like, that she was fucking not adorable that night, I will tell you that. And the man who, while getting his legs sawed off in the body collector's house, noticed Brushwood and started screaming in a Cockney accent, Brian, out me, you know magic.
Oh, God, that was great, wasn't it? I warned you that the staff had recognized me and they were giving me personalized scares. Like, instead of just going, blah, they were like, Brushwood.
Yeah.
God damn.
I found a few more. The first blog or social media sharing of your teller letter that you just got fucking huge traction on
Yeah.
a week ago. This was, I think, if not the first time that you posted it, certainly the first time during the iTricks era. That was in 2009.
Yep, that sounds about right.
And then here's one that I think people will really get a kick out of.
Uh-oh.
Brian Brushwood's Scam School is up for a podcast award. Brian Brushwood's Magic and Swindle podcast, Scam School, has been nominated by the people for a Best Video Podcast in the prestigious Podcast Awards.
Oh.
He's up against a few tech shows, a comedy podcast about God, and TED Talks. What do all those programs have in common? They're not magic related. We implore you to circle the wagons, support the art, and vote for Scam School. You are allowed to vote once per day, per email, until eventually me and Brian working together will not be allowed.
Sounds like vote brigading to me.
11/11/2008. Justin Robert Young. So for treadmill fuel last week, I started Catch Me If You Can, as per your recommendation. It ruled. Kind of wished it touched a little more on his later work as a security expert. Would have been interesting to hear how rewarding he found it, if at all. Anyhow, 3 things. Number 1, the Randy episode will be up tomorrow. This was after we did the amazing podcast, right? Hopefully you or someone you know gave Kevin Rose shit soliciting magic exposure vids for a $10 coin trick on his Twitter. Bogus. Fucking throwing shade at Kevin Rose.
Magic Police. Whoop, whoop.
3, I've been thinking more about your Rev 3 pilot Encyclopedia Idiotica, and I'd love to get involved in a writing capacity if there's a space for it. I totally understand if it's a closed shop at this point, but I figured I'd ask. Talk to you later, Justin. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Was pre BB Live show or post BB Live show?
Pre, because this is still 2008. This is
wait,
mere
yeah.
weeks after we met for the first time. But
Well, it was certainly, and if you've known Brian for more than 5 minutes, Brian has not only explained everything that is going on in his life, but also has solicited everything that should or will be going on in your life. So I remember you talking to me about that, but it's funny because I transpose, oh, well, Brian and I must have really known each other for him to be talking about this secret project that he's working on. But you were not, if we were not doing BB Live show yet. So
okay,
yeah,
so I have my response here. I responded at the top. My first exposure to Frank Abagnale was through the Secret Cabaret, right? Because I think we were talking about the Secret Cabaret and how awesome it was. Totally caused me to find out all about him, eventually leading to his book. Anyway, 3 responses. Number 1, awesome, Will Twitter. 2, this is about you wanting me to give shit to Kevin Rose. Not sure if I'm that into biting the hand that feeds, but we'll consider it. I'm tempted to give him a pass since his real crime was just asking, hey, anyone know how this was done in a public forum? Oh, also I'm tempted to give him a pass because, all caps, he's the hand that fucking feeds. Number 3, would love to have you involved. On the flip side, if you know any crazy millionaires who would love to sponsor such a crackpot program, send them my way. By the way, I had a freaking blast with you guys last week. Thanks so much for making that happen. Also, by the way, I just had some pretty exciting news fall into my lap yesterday, but I'm under embargo from sharing it until a certain date. Nothing earth-shattering, but I'll let you know as soon as I can. I have no idea what that was. But then you respond saying,
I was definitely still the guy with an influential blog in your business and social circle at that point.
Your response later was, I've been planning to hit, oh shit. Hold on. Oh shit. Oh, got it. Here we go. This is the secret news. And by the way, I'm under orders not to Twitter or blog this, and trust that you won't, but in the very competitive field of applications for South by Southwest interactive panels for 2009, I won. Link in the panel picker is that stuff. P.S. Are you planning to hit South by Southwest this year? And you responded, I've been planning to hit South by Southwest for the last 3 years, but always found a reason not to go. However, I've never had friends in Austin or had a friend speak. So this looks like the year. Congrats on the gig. As far as the pilot goes, is there any way I could see it to think if there's anyone I know who presumably would know somebody else that might be interested in it? I mean, there's no one offhand that I know, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. Oh, that's right. Worst case scenario is I could put together a list of prospective sponsors and do some legwork to run out the leads. ... That is, if it doesn't blow. Smiley face.
Man, that's trademark me. Sassing all the people.
I mean, this is what made me fall in love with you at the very beginning, man. Are you kidding me? This is
oh, it's so embarrassing.
It's great. This is you and me. This is frozen in amber. You and me flirting.
Yeah, sniffing each other's butts.
Yes.
And what's going on? No, totally. I remembered that, and I mean that. So somebody just asked, why did Justin, still at work, says, why did I decide to call into the BB Live show for the first time? And part of it is because we were already having conversations like this, where like Brian had mentioned, I want to do a non-magic show, like called. Have you ever talked about this, Encyclopedia Idiotica, like what that was going to be?
Yeah, no, we've definitely never talked about the original name for it before, the softer Idiotica.
Let's just say
different times. If
you were the Black Eyed Peas, it would be Encyclopedia Let's Get It Startica.
Oh Jesus! Oof. I thought Night Attack is bad.
Different times. And so the idea was, this is in the early days of YouTube jump cutting, super fast paced stuff, and what I wanted to do is do a 5-minute skeptical take on stuff.
That's like Rocket Boom was like exploding at the time, and Revision 3 was the future of television, and like this was everything is going to the web. within 5 years, like this is, I mean, again, remember at this point, Brian is doing Scam School, and the idea that Revision 3 would post shit to YouTube is like, oh God, why? We're building the circus is here.
They're competing
Well,
with
sure,
YouTube
the
in their
people on
minds.
The site.
Yeah. Well, and so the idea was, let's take these skeptical things, and nowadays it would be a lot closer to, I mean, there's any number of skeptical videos that very fast jump cut break down stuff and feed you the information that makes you think, oh, wow, yeah, no, there's not a lot to homeopathy or whatever. So we wanted to do one of those. God, I think I could find it, because Jason Murphy at some point, I flew Jason Murphy out to meet the folks at Revision 3, and he voiced, we did an interview with Samuel Hahnemann, creator of homeopathy, and it was, oh my God, it was so funny. Oh, goddamn. The pacing was ultimately too slow, and they made me read from a teleprompter, and there was no jump cuts, and it's like it just wasn't fast enough, and it wasn't landing. Yeah. They couldn't make it happen.
So you guys shot a pilot?
Yeah, we did. And it only got really half finished.
So the idea was to go through all like things that are dumb or like
exactly.
Popular.
Exactly, like Encyclopedia Idiotica, Chapter 1, Book 1, astrology. Hey, what's astrology? You think it's this?
Funny. That's totally not what I remember it
really?
as, but I guess we must have talked about it when you came to do the Randy thing because it's in the skeptic world.
Right, correct. It was I wanted to make an approachable skeptic kind of thing, Oh my gosh. Do you remember when you would do...
Let's see. Who can help me out and give me some info on the bat flower? Looking for information on the bat flower. Hey, by the way, also what I wanted to do is we can...
Oh my God. No. I remember. This is literally the...
Tiny Chat, we have a whole dais. We can have people...
This is me kind of actually getting the skills that have made... Like, right here, this is me learning the skills that got me booked at BitTorrent, basically.
Yeah.
Like, that made me all... That gave me all of the, like, the fill time. This is all the one mic shit. This is me doing the one mic shit for the first time, where these streams.
So... Captain of Outer Space said apparently you were ranking plants in this.
Tell you what, the hardest work.
No, so here's what we would do on
every Friday.
And maybe we should do a throwback episode of like the Friday hype train. But what we used to do was the weirdest thing in the world, and that was the beginning, by the way, of the new champion woo, same champion boo.
That's right.
Did it pro wrestling style, where people would just submit a thing in the chat room, and then we would talk about, and so we would have like each thing would be a like plant, the weirdest plant in the world, the weirdest murder in the world, whatever. And it would just be me doing this, and people would submit stuff in the chat room. It's funny because I still have people on my Twitter that I met from these chats, these Ustream chats.
We'll take a straw poll here. So we got a bunch
straw
of
poll
down there in the chat room. Abu.
Was straw poll in existence by that point?
No, this is pre-straw poll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
like
I found our pitch document for NSFW.
Like we have a...
Hold on.
Yeah, no. Rabid Badger was in there.
Yeah.
Forward to Neshcom.
Sure.
Okay. Include attachments, yes.
Attachments. Ooh.
This is, I don't think we've ever explored this.
So I've just received this NSFW proposal doc. I'm going to click open with Google Docs to open it with the Google Doxing program.
Oh, they have a doxing
We're gonna
program?
dox
That's
everyone.
amazing.
I am actually going to check this so that there's no personal information on here.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think so.
That's
This is the document that we sent into Twit. NSFW, a frenetic-paced live stream and podcast hosted by Scam School's Brian Brushwood and WeirdThings.com's Justin Robert Young, incorporating regular bits, real-time audience participation, and a raw sense of humor. NSFW is built to bring a hyper-dedicated young following to Twit late nights. Gaming is...
We fucking delivered on every goddamn syllable of that.
You're not fucking kidding, man.
From the jump, we fucking delivered.
Gaming is on the boards, it's in the news, its commercials roll during football games, and it's being awkwardly played by Kathy Lee Gifford on the 4th hour of Today. Never has the community been bigger, but after the lines are drawn between consoles, genres, and servers, there's little connection.
Look at the games in here. So you've got Fallout 3,
Yep.
Zuma,
Yep.
a Madden game, and World of Warcraft.
That's
I
the
believe.
point. It's gaming's wide. It's wide. NSFW appeals to the universal element among them. This isn't a gaming industry program. It's a gaming community program. You'll not find out what the best-selling titles of the year are broken down by platform or adjusted for varied international release dates. However, you will find out if your antics on TeamSpeak last night earned you the title of troll by the Council of Elders, or if your insults were funny enough to garner a pass. We aim
By
to
the
be...
way, this was all written by me, and I had not played a game in fucking like 8
We
years.
aim to be the must-listen program for all gamers who have settled into their couches or computer chairs. What talk radio was to the morning commute, NSFW will be to an international audience grinding out XP to level up, or attempting to extend a capture the fat flag winning streak into double digits, or perfecting their spread offense in franchise mode. NSFW is the internet's gamer set, all of its adolescent brilliance, used for good and not evil. Fuck me. Every word of this we delivered. Brian Brushwood is a national tour.
Ethereal Vision said, this is cringy as fuck. This is the least cringy thing that we have read, to me at least, so far.
Oh, yeah. Are you fucking kidding me? We fucking nailed this shit.
The rest of these are just bios, right? Or
Yeah.
unless you want to...
Yeah, fucking, I want to know what my bio was 10 years ago.
All right.
Brian Brushwood is a nationally touring, award-winning stage performer and host of the Revision3.com series Scam School. He's appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno twice, as well as 24 other national TV programs. Was awarded Best Comedy Magic, voted Variety Entertainer of the Year on college campuses nationwide. Teller of Penn and Teller says, Brian Brushwood just kills me. He's funny, dangerous, and brilliantly original. He's going to be really famous very soon. By the way, later when I tried to give that quote for the Scam School book, they insisted on cutting the "he's going to be really famous very soon" because they're like, "Fucking bro, you're here."
You're famous. You have a book, dude.
Yes.
Like,
Would you forget your badge?
Yeah, exactly. Justin Robert Young is the editor-in-chief of oddity science skeptic blog WeirdThings.com, as well as magic industry news site iTricks.com. He's produced hundreds of hours of podcasts and live stream content over the past 4 years for
Wait,
both
hold on, wait,
sites.
Pause it right there. That's the number one thing when you have nothing to hang your hat on, is he's done hundreds of hours of a thing.
He's also a regular guest on the BB Live show, where one time
What does the BB stand for?
his beard inspired a rock opera. He recently served as associate producer for the G4 documentary series G4 Underground, where he was the lead researcher and booker for a segment exploring the abuse of Ritalin and Adderall in pro gaming culture.
Where a kid lied to me and they wound up running him lying on television.
Wow.
Wowzers.
So you found out like last minute that the dude was lying.
After it was shot, the father called me and made him apologize to me because he had lied to us, and the kid, admitted it. And then I ran it up the flagpole, and they're like, okay, cool. Man, you want to know what? That's fucked up. You fucked up. Also, enjoy this episode that we have to lock tomorrow.
Wowzers.
Man, I think that NSFW doc might be the most on-target pitch we've ever made. Like, we landed, nothing got changed, nothing got chewed up and skewered and switcherooed and renamed or any of that shit.
No, it was, really our idea was, because they wanted a gaming show. That was the first idea, right?
A gaming show
or
that
the one
wasn't...
that came to me with was they wanted a gaming show, and Brian called me.
That cast a wide net, specifically because that was Leo Laporte's complaint, was like, well, gaming's too fractured. And I was like, well, games are fractured, but people who love games are not, and we should appeal to all of them.
We are all gamers.
I remember the call that Brian gave me, and I'd be curious if you remember it any different, is that you had just done Twit and had talked to Colleen Colleen had talked to Leo, but they were like, call me and you're like, hey, they want a gaming show. So, but here's the good news. I'm going to make them take BB Live show. It's like, I'm going to sell to them BB, like they want a gaming show. I'm going to sell them BB Live show and we'll just do BB Live show. And I'm like, great. Like, what do you need? Like, I'll write a pitch. And so what you just read was me writing the pitch that basically helped us sell the exact same thing that we were doing as a gaming show to Twit.
Yep.
So yeah, and then they wanted more of a gaming show and they got Game On. They're like, how can we do this but with none of the longevity and a billion times the budget?
Game On, man.
I mean, we can ride this nostalgia train for as long as for as many stops as it's gonna go. But yeah, man, that was
So at the time, I remember how agonizing it was for you and me both that the structure that they created didn't educate or guide or assist us in any way. We were just thrown to the sharks. And we
Game
learned.
On?
Well, yeah, with Game On.
Well, I mean,
We had somebody who was allegedly a producer whose job was to basically listen to us do everything and then say, "Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like an F word."
He was, well, I mean, listen, nobody ran their heads up against that dude more than Chad and I. But the problem with that show is that at that time, Twit had just built a gigantic, beautiful studio that they were renting and didn't own. And we're really interested in doing television quality stuff. And what brought in the money was the podcast, which they could, they could make look like the best looking podcast of all time. But really what they wanted to do was television. And so Game On was television with a television producer and a television budget. And we're going to get the talent because we know the talent is what matters. This is a talent run network. Leo is a talent and he knows talent when he sees it. And so we're going to fly Brian in every single weekend and we're going to pay Veronica's price to make her drive up and do this all the time. And we're going to pay a dedicated writer to write stuff. And we're going to have a producer to shoot everything. Like, this is going to be a TV show. Except you can't really go halfway, right? If you want to do television with a big television thing, you need a television platform. You need to put people on a television press tour. It's got to be scaled up. So they kind of spent all the money and then had none of the rest of the stuff. Like, there's a reason why TV quality shit is really, 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 really hard to do, because you can spend 75% of the money and still not get 10% as close as you needed to be.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to speculate about how much money there was or how it was spent or whatever. All I can really speak to is our experience.
I know what the three of us got paid, and that's way more than what you would get paid for a podcast. Like, now, like, what podcast do you know would fly somebody out week by week and have them stay in a hotel? Like, how high do you need to scale in the
that it's
world
not,
of podcasts?
Well, it's not far off from what was happening at Scam School in the early days. The only difference is that Scam School would fly me out, put me up in a hotel for 5 days, come in the day before, and I would shoot 3 nights of 4 episodes a night in a row and then head out. So it was slightly more efficient. But even then, I would stay an extra day and I would go appear on Twit or whatever. And I'm sure in the early days, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how profitable Scam School was from the start. Obviously, it's one of the vestiges that are still around. So I'm going to
literally outlive the planet that it was born on.
Exactly right.
when you look at the landscape of of video game coverage now since 2011, and it has moved away from extremely high produced to very live to tape and no, not very high edited. Like
Right.
you see in the gaming space now, high edited stuff is like let's plays, and so it's an interesting thing of like Game On being a very a meticulously crafted twit network or net program when
Yeah.
if it were more like other Twitch shows, it may have A, just had more runway, but B, been something that is more in line with what we're doing, what the landscape looks like today.
Oh yeah, no. This was a stab in the wrong direction, and it was courageous for what it was.
Yeah.
But there is no world like we were a YouTube channel. That's what it should have been.
Yeah,
It's
maybe we should have been on YouTube. I remember Chad fighting uphill saying, guys, you've got to carve out the individual segments. You got to post them as standalone YouTube videos, and they have to feel like standalone videos, like they're not coming in mid-sentence and then leaving mid-transition.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like that really, if that were ever going to work, it should have been, game discussion Monday and sketch Tuesday, and
We should have
review
shot a
Wednesday.
week's worth of segments in that same 90-minute block.
Like if you're still tied to the idea of like doing very produced stuff, because I think even then, like nowadays, the highly produced stuff you're also seeing is like documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like with what Danny O'Dwyer is doing, or the cloth map stuff. Like it's weirdly on the balance between where things have ended up today.
It's
yeah.
I remember doing it and being like, I am so excited to cash this check. This is a lot of, I remember in a lot of ways, Game On was the beginning of me leaving Florida.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because Game On was the first time I remember I was sitting in it was either McDonald's or Arby's with Andrew, and I was like, hey man, they want to offer me money to write this show.
Oh,
And
I
he's
remember it being enough money that you were worried about taking time away from Andrew. And
Yeah.
then when you told him the amount of money, Andrew's response, as a true friend would say, was like, well, you got to take that. I mean, you got to, you're,
Yeah, no, he was like, what are you fucking talking to me about this
Yes.
for? Like, you need to do that. Like, absolutely. Like, don't worry. You can take the time out of, spending all your time in a fucking sweaty warehouse and write dumb comedy bits. Really, the only regret I have of Game On was that I had box seats. This is before I got back into wrestling, but my friends were Miami Dolphins season ticket holders and wound up getting cheap box seats to WrestleMania in that stadium in Florida. And I didn't go because my job was to watch the live recording of Game On. And because I was a team player, I was getting the best comments from the chat and relaying them to Chad so we could print them out so you guys could read them at the end of the episode. Because that's how much I loved
and
Game
wait,
On, and I loved that crew, and I loved everybody involved in it.
that's your deepest regret? Because I don't know, that to me is a signal of what a team player you are. And it's part of the DNA that's made you the committed, hardworking podcaster you are today.
Yeah, but Cena versus Rock. Dream match of a lifetime. I could have been there in the stadium to watch Cena versus Rock. No, I mean, like,
Hey, man,
I would-
by the way, if anybody wants to
I would make the
question,
same decision.
hold on. If
times out of
anybody
100,
wants to
but-
question our commitment to Game On, fucking Justin skipped WrestleMania for it. I named my daughter after it. Like,
That's true.
fucking, that's some real shit.
Explain that real quick.
Yeah, no. So,
So you have a child. So when a man and a woman love each other
right,
very much,
love him much. Then eventually they get approached by a bird who delivers them a burden. The
Oh,
burden
God.
is called a baby. And,
Sure.
And the average cost of one is over $100,000.
and it doesn't even come with a name. You have to pick a
No,
name.
and you're burdened with having to pick the name. No.
Yeah.
We
Calliope's middle name.
is Daphne, but we decided to spell it utterly ridiculously, which pissed off my parents and Bonnie's parents.
Very nice.
We at first lied and said it was a Nordic spelling of Daphne,
You should have.
but really it was Dafnay, after Daphne the gamer girl.
Yeah, Veronica Belmont's character on Game On.
Yeah. And one of equally joyous was revealing the name in front of Veronica Belmont on NSFW show when she realized, oh fuck, wait, what? What are you for reals?
I mean, that's it. It's kind of crazy because that was a character that I wrote.
Yeah.
With Veronica. That was a wild. I mean, I watch some of that shit now. Some of that shit is funny. Like I rewatch. There was the Casual Encounters.
Casual Encounters, I think, would have been a solid gold segment if we used the editing trick of speeding Leo Laporte up at 120% or so, because he was reading from a teleprompter, and the whole bit was he was supposed to be speaking off the cuff like he was Robert Evans, but the delivery was just a little more leisurely than I think the bit warranted. I think it would have been amazing if it was sped up.
Yeah, I mean, I think, 100%. But also it's like, man, again, look at that staff, and look at where it is now. You had me, Veronica, Brian, and Chad. Those were the 4 people that were making that show happen. And to Bryce's point, the ironic thing is you probably could have, I mean, at that point, I was probably about a year away from being in California and you were flying up. But it's like, you could have just put us in a room and let us talk for an hour and then shoot an interview and shoot a sketch every week. And that could have been the show, and that probably would have been more sustainable. And ultimately, that was the initial impression that we got, was like, even the people that didn't like it were like, oh, I thought this was going to be like, I came to Twit. Twit's the people sit around a table and talk network. You got a lot of these personalities that I love, but they're not sitting around a table and talking. They're like doing bits and characters and, Max Trollbot's there. But look at so many of those things that fucking have kind of like stuck around.
I mean, you can't fault us for not taking risks. I mean, we were given a mandate to like take risks, and like, and so like when told to take risks, the opening for one of the segments is a dude fucking head exploding, and the next segment is fucking Chad wasted, dying of a heroin overdose in the Twit bathroom, and and then we did a review for Puzzle Juice that was a riff on Smack My Bitch Up.
Yeah.
With that shows a straight up execution in the middle of it while playing Puzzle Juice. It was pretty amazing.
That might be the video that we have to go out on is the Puzzle Juice, if we can find the Puzzle Juice review. I remember that was pretty good. That was in fact, do you remember that? Nah, shit. We probably shouldn't say his name, but I might be able to look up some of those emails. Because, by the way, the 2 people that butted heads the most with the producer were me and Chad.
Yep.
And Chad on the production element because he was there, and it was me on.
Yes, there's Chad fucking killing himself. When you first see Puzzle Juice, you might think, really? A Tetris clone? But as you maneuver the boxes around the screen and eventually line them up, the dirty little secret that makes this the brain-twisting gem that it is reveals itself. Completed lines don't disappear. Boom! They become letters. Now you have to make words to make them disappear. The hybrid of 2 very different gameplay dynamics is a bizarre juggling act. You can almost feel your brain switching gears back and forth to each aspect. This was all shot on the Canon T2i that I bought for this kind of shit.
Tiles, clearing the board even further. Also, selectable power-ups are
and this
vital
is all
lifelines
John
for
Tilton's
things to
hand just
They're
drinking
immensely
like crazy.
satisfying to execute. For example, you can do a twister that shuffles.
And then he's in a
the
car!
or create even
He's
bigger
playing-
explosions
he's
that
playing
totally
while
shape the
driving!
landscape.
With a
Also,
lit
the
cigar!
game is light and fun. Feels like it was created by a 22-year-old college student, which is apt because it was. For example, its tagline is that it's a game
He's still
that will punch
moving.
your brain
Oh
in the
my God.
face
He's gonna
with
run
a
to that
reset
house.
button, but it lets
Get
go.
ready.
When you get a high score, the default name is Broken.
Oh,
The addition of an
still
increasing
smi-
combo
and he
multiplier
did
means
not
that when you're
smoke,
in
but
the
he
zone, you
puffed
can
like a
score
champ.
billions or even trillions of points. There are even audio cues that help indicate
That's-
when your multiplier is running out.
no reference
also
to this being made
this-
at all. That's me with a bag over my head about to get executed. And he just waves like, yeah,
Not all
fucking
milk
kill
and
him,
honey,
whatever.
though. There are a few bugs that we hope will be ironed out quickly, but it's really a far superior experience on an iPad. You can play it on the iPhone, but in second count, the tiny screen can be a killer trying to connect those words. But that's
And then at
Puzzle
the
Juice,
end it's
available now on
revealed.
iOS for 99 cents. So, Veronica, you think you'll get it?
I thought I told you, Brushwood. Belmont don't play games.
Oh my God, that was a fine bit. That was a fine bit we wrote, Justin.
That holds up. That holds up.
Oh goddamn.
All right, listen. I'm just. Shit. I'm trying to find angry emails between our producers.
All right, we'll save that for another time. Dude, thank you guys for hanging out for this trip down memory lane. What
This
a
is good.
fun
It's-
episode. This is a
there's
great
lot of,
night.
like, new stuff like we haven't done on these nostalgia trips before, like talking about Game On and like that pitch doc and
Man, there's we have an increasingly impressive mind to mine.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah. all right,
Hey,
I'm
spread
trying to
spread the word to all your friends
all
that
I remember, I'm trying to find the email where he told me that I couldn't write musty old claptrap.
Oh,
Spin Dash asks
anyway.
if the rewind this week can be Game On. Maybe we'll do that.
yeah, that'd be fun.
This past weekend.
Not the first one. Don't do the first one.
Okay, we won't.
Don't do any of them where the mics were insufferable.
The last on we
Bought
did
the wrong fucking mark.
we
Oh my God, dude! They bought the wrong fucking mics, and fucking Chad. It took him days of climbing uphill for him to explain the difference between room mics and cardioid, up close mics and all that shit.
Okay, the next time we talk about it, we do need to have Chad on. We need to call Chad and have him on. Maybe we'll do an episode with.
What if we
Chad.
did a special, maybe on top of Night
What,
Attack?
do we have any kind of anniversary or something with
I
Game
don't know,
On?
but some kind of like Game On reunion special, like as a standalone thing that we could do. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, I would love to write another.
That was my favorite part. Is the Trump like? Oh my God! I've never heard anything more Trump-like come from Leo Laporte than when he explained that he deleted all of NSFW from YouTube because they needed to save the space.
Now we're getting into the dangerous, the shady areas of the nostalgia train.
Oh, but it was so good.
We're getting off the nostalgia train before we get into the dark.
All right,
neighborhood.
love you guys. Love you guys.
Bye everybody. We'll see you soon.
Save the space.
Save the world.